Hey guys, it's LS. This is gonna be a vlog that basically goes over like a lot of stuff that's been happening with me in the last like 2 months. So it might be kind of long, but I just figured I don't actually have a vlog on my channel at all, and I should start probably doing weekly vlogs because I'm also gonna be starting to do more stuff inside of the community outside of my coaching videos. But I can't like say any more stuff on that soon. I mean, outside of like also coaching SHC. But anyways, so if you're wondering what the mask is, it's because if you haven't like followed me or you haven't seen it or whatever, I ended up getting plastic surgery. So I got fat grafting done, I got skin realignment, I got laser, and I got like, eye socket like sculpting stuff done to, you know, my eyes, my cheekbones, my nose, and above my eyebrows. So all that's there. So that's what the mask's for, and the reason that I still have the mask on, even though I got the procedures like 2 weeks ago or like 10 days ago or whatever, is because my skin's still really irritable, and I just got the laser yesterday, so my skin's really red. So some things that I want to address is that, so I joined SHC about a month and a half ago, and everything's going pretty good. Obviously, I'm coaching from Korea, so things are done via Skype, if anyone's like wondering. So it's not exactly like my YouTube. There's a lot more stuff that we have to address, and there's a lot other stuff that I do. So we're using like Skype and screen shares and, you know, VOD review, replay review, you know, everything like that is basically how stuff goes. And then I watch the LCS games, and I do data mining on that, and data mining on OGN, and whatever. And I'll talk with Korean friends. So like Locodoco similarly said, you know, stuff like this, where I'm not just doing my own opinion. I will message like Koreans. I'll reach out to people on the ladder and stuff and ask them, you know, stuff about certain matchups that maybe, you know, I just want more information about, so that way that I can relay it. And just doing all that type of stuff. So everything's been really good with SHC, and it kind of feels like a family sort of a thing, which is kind of nice, and that's going really good. And I also mentioned that I may be going out there next month, relatively soon or something, hopefully next month, barring something happens, and I would basically just kind of do like a mini boot camp for like 2 weeks or something, so that we could accelerate our growth as a team, and just to, you know, get everyone even better, quicker, you know, whatever, because I would be on site and could work more efficiently, you know, whatever. So that would be good. So outside of that, the other stuff that has been basically going on is that I was kind of like out of commission, but not totally, because of the plastic surgery for the last 2 weeks. So coaching kind of was put on pause, and then at the current moment I'm trying not to actually take in new clients at all, because I've already had some like scheduling issues that I'm like really sorry for, just in lieu of all the stuff going on with like LCS London, the stuff with the plastic surgery, and just like other stuff going on with my visa run. I had that last month. So there was a lot of stuff that was just kind of chaotic, so there was a lot of schedule conflicts that ended up happening that I feel really bad about. So gotta get that prioritized. And then on top of that, my goal is not to be a public coach. I do want to help people, and that's why I release the videos, and that's why I release like lessons, and I plan to start releasing guides and, you know, all that good stuff. And I will still publicly coach, but it's not my main focus. So at the current time, I'm not really taking in like new clients or anything like that. I'm not taking in like long-term clients. So like someone wants to get like 1 hour, 2 hours, that's completely fine. But like, that has to take a backseat to the clients that are longer term right now. So anyways, there's that stuff going on. And the other stuff, and here, I'll just take off the mask so you guys can like see about. So my skin's really red, but and my eyes hurt, so I try to keep the mask on, but everything's fixed. There's no more dark circles. Like, that brown is just like bruising, that like little brown under here. And then my face is really red, so that's pretty much that. But anyways, outside of that, I've been playing League again. I started playing. because the way that my schedule works is that I'm able to basically play on LCS days. So my streaming is done basically Thursday through Sunday, when I try to stream other times, but I really don't have a lot of free time. So I've been playing again, which is pretty good because I feel like in order to coach efficiently, I actually need to be playing at the highest levels. Or not the highest levels, but I need to be playing at a high level. So while I won't have the time to play like I used to before, I feel like I owe it to the team to get back to that competitive level of Korea ladder and whatnot, so that I'm able to better understand certain things about the matchups, play against people in the meta, you know, whatever. And then on top of that, I've also started to adapt Apto and Faker's banning routine. This is really random, but basically they ban out champions that will never ever be picked, so that it's almost guaranteed that the AWP champions will be let through, so that you can get better practice against them, see why they're AWP, you know, find possible counters, you know, whatever. So there's that. So the other thing is that something that I posted about, but I'll mention it in this video, is that if there's any cosplayer person that knows how to design outfits and stuff. A lot of people ask me to cosplay Ezreal at Worlds, and I'm not opposed to that, but I have absolutely no idea how to make a costume or how to go about that. So if you are into making costumes and you're actually good at them, you can send me a PM here on YouTube, or you can message me on my Facebook, which is in the info below, or you can just add me on Skype. You can show me stuff like your past work, whatever, and then I can give you my body measurements, and we can probably set something up if you're going to be coming to Worlds, of course, or you could send me the outfit, and we could discuss some way of like payment or like league coaching or anything, something like that. So that would be good. That would be beneficial. So if you're watching and you're into this stuff, you could definitely help me out, because, yeah. So it would be nice to accommodate to that request. So Worlds is in a few months, so I'm pretty excited for that. And, yeah, not too much is actually going on. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it for this vlog. I can't talk about it yet. But anyways, I'm going to be doing something soon that's not about guides or lessons, but it is entirely League related. So that news should be probably coming in the next few weeks. So I'm really excited about that, and then I'll be able to help people out more, and I hope that it helps the community more. So it'll be good. And currently it's something that no one else is doing, or at least not that I know of. So that'll be good. And I think that's it. So that's all that I want to talk about this week. I'll start doing like weekly vlogs just on like how the games went with LCS, my opinions on stuff. Actually, speaking of that, let me just comment on the Nocturn pick, because a lot of people, there was a lot of controversy over the Nocturn pick and why we decided to let Kosovo through. So basically what was happening was I reached out to the #1 Nocturn one-trick pony in Korea, and this is a guy that has gone up against the likes of, you know, Faker, Mid King, Kuro, you know, he's gone up against all the Korean mids that you see in OGN. He's gone up against, you know, the NLB mids, whatever, and he plays Nocturn, top mid, jungle, and support. So he takes it to a whole new extreme. So anyways, I basically approached him, and he confirmed that Nocturn is Kosovo's hardest counter. So we wanted to try to do like not only surprise SK or whoever we elected to use it against. We were actually going to use it last week, but we felt like we didn't have enough practice on it, which was completely fine. So the Nocturn pick, basically Nocturn at level 6, if you do it right and Kosovo doesn't have flash, he can't escape Nocturn, even under tower. You'll just get deleted. Barring there's no micro errors or micromanagement, you know, whatever, if you hit the spell shield right against, you know, Force Pulse, I think that's its name, and you get him, you activate the Bilgewater Cutlass to generate the slow, you will guarantee get the fear off after Paranoia against the Rift Walk, you know, etc., etc., etc. So there's a lot of nitty-gritty micromanagement stuff, but if you do it right, Kosovo can't survive under tower, and it demands a lot of counter gank presence, but also jungler presence in the mid lane to not allow Nocturne to do that. So it's a mid lane dynamic, and we also figured that with the Jarvan Nocturne combo, there's only a few AD carries that can both escape Cataclysm and Paranoia if they have Flash Up. And those AD carries are Graves, Corki, Lucian, Caitlyn, Ezreal. Okay? And then out of those AD carries, the only ones that are really being seen or, being played in the Europe LCS are like Lucian, Corki. Okay? And we felt like Candy Panda didn't show any games on Corki, but then on top of that, Corki's kind of like a new AD carry in a way, so we weren't really worried about a Corki pick. So if we pick Lucian, then we are expecting that they will pick either Twitch, Kog'Maw, or something in that realm. But the Caitlyn pick came out, which was a little bit weird. And at that point, because we hadn't discussed it, whatever, there was the first pick Morgana, then the Caitlyn pick, whatever, they weren't picking Kassadin, we should have just gone with Kassadin. We should have just taken Kassadin. And kept the Nocturne pick for something else, and whatever, but we didn't really discuss that too in depth. It's unfortunate, but whatever. This isn't why we lost, but I'm just trying to go over the thought process of stuff. So, the Nocturne Jarvan deletes AD carries. Basically, I mean, barring things go normal, deletes AD carries. It creates a lot of mid pressure because if Jarvan can get the EQ out of the mid laner, or get his flash out of the mid laner with an EQ, Nocturne has so much kill potential against 90% of the mids. Nocturne also doesn't have many bad matchups mids. He has a few matchups that are like 40-60, some of them maybe 35-65, but for the most part, Nocturne actually has favorable matchups against the current meta mids. Nocturne eats LeBlanc, he eats Nidalee, he absolutely destroys Twisted Fate, and then he's Kassadin's hardest counter. So other champions that are good against Nocturne, but not necessarily a counter pick, is Orianna, Yasuo, Kayle to a degree, but not totally, and yeah, Ziggs. So he does reasonably well against the current meta champs, and then even the ones that he doesn't crush or eat, he's still fine against. And then the other thing with the Nocturne pick was that we were hoping that it was called Chaos, because honestly, how many people play against mid Nocturne? And then how many junglers play against, I mean, junglers, maybe they have to be a little bit afraid because it's like Twisted Fate, but Nocturne packs a way bigger punch than Twisted Fate at the earlier levels and at the later levels, and then he also split pushes faster and harder than Kayle. So there was a lot of stuff about the Nocturne pick. So I hope that makes sense. So anyways, that's it for now. And I'll be back next week with a vlog. And if you have any questions for me, I might start doing like Q&A vlogs. My skin hurts, so I'm putting back on the mask. I'm sorry. I might start doing like Q&A vlogs and answering the community's questions that you have about the game if you haven't reached out to me on Skype or Facebook or whatever. And also on that note, I apologize if you have messaged me on Skype or Facebook or Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I get so many messages, and sometimes I can't respond to them all. And then also I have an Ask FM, which I try to respond to messages usually when I wake up or when I'm like traveling somewhere, like on the train or like, in a taxi. I try to answer questions on there. But if your question is Googleable, I will not answer it, or I just don't have the time to answer it if it's Googleable. So I apologize for that in advance. But if you want to shoot me questions, my social medias are entirely open to the public. You can find them on the links below. And yeah, okay? All right, bye.